Last Tuesday, the courtroom lights felt hotter than the California sun. Reporters elbowed for a sightline, security barked orders, and then, in a moment that sent every live stream into meltdown, rumors swirled that Will Smith himself had stepped forward to testify against Sean "Diddy" Combs. Cameras froze, phones buzzed, and hashtags detonated in real time. Was Hollywood's ultimate good guy about to drop a bomb on rap's most powerful mogul? Or was the internet duping us yet again? Tonight, we untangle the myth from the madness, trace the secret tunnels of power that kept Diddy's empire shining, and follow the paper trail that could bury it all 6 feet deep. Buckle up, because the story behind those velvet ropes is far darker than anyone guessed. Word spread like wildfire. Will's on the stand. Official dockets never listed him, yet within minutes, YouTube thumbnails screamed, "Smith exposes Puffy." Viewers saw shaky hallway footage of a tall figure under a gray hoodie, security swarming, bailiffs slamming doors. Was it really him or a decoy? Nobody knew, and that uncertainty was gas-poured gasoline. Even the judge called a recess to calm the gallery. Whether myth or moment, that single rumor ripped open a bigger question. What could force an A-list legend to risk perjury? The answer, insiders whispered, led straight to Diddy's secret parties. Nights so exclusive your phone was bagged in a Faraday pouch and the walls themselves supposedly watched you. But understanding why anyone would fear those tapes starts decades earlier at the birth of a billion-dollar throne built on rhythm, liquor, and ruthless leverage. And that's where our journey dives next. Sean Combs didn't just climb the music ladder, he yanked it up and rebuilt it in platinum. Bad Boy Records spun decades of chart anthems. Ciroc turned nightclub to cash crop. Revolt TV painted him as pop culture's kingmaker. On the surface, it was jet smoke and champagne foam, but court filings now allege that beneath the glitter sat another operation, a pipeline moving hand-picked guests across state lines for parties no one dared describe out loud. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions in March 2024, agents carted out boxes of hard drives, 4 illegal firearms, and rooms stacked floor to ceiling with, of all things, industrial crates of baby oil. The discovery set prosecutors on a racketeering track they claim could put Combs away for life. Yet investigators hinted the worst evidence isn't guns or drugs, it's footage, piles of it. And if those files surface, reputations from Beverly Hills to Capitol Hill could crater overnight. But where did the camera rumors begin? To trace that smoke, we rewind to the murkiest whispers of mid-2000s Hollywood. Ask 10 industry veterans about Diddy's after-hours freak-offs, and you'll get 10 sly smirks, followed by a shrug. Nobody wants their voice on record, yet everybody nods at the same legend. Every bedroom had a lens, and every lens fed a vault only Puff held the key to. Former assistant Mia, testifying under oath, said she posted glowing messages about her boss to stay safe, claiming she'd witnessed assaults and cover-ups that made her blood run cold. Gossip sites claim the tapes have already been weaponized, traded like nuclear codes to silence lawsuits or swing billion-dollar deals. No mainstream outlet has seen a second of those files, but prosecutors confirmed they recovered multiple terabytes, labeled only with dates and first names. That alone is enough to make stars sweat. And one name keeps resurfacing in fan theories: Will Smith. So what allegedly happened on the night his reputation got tethered to Diddy's darkest secrets? Picture this. It's spring 2005, a Beverly Hills mansion rented under an alias. Invitations, verbal only. Guests, A-listers and models flown in on 2 hours' notice. Phones surrendered at the door, windows draped, music thundering past dawn. According to a Hollywood blogger who later deleted her entire archive, that party turned into a maze of candlelit rooms, each one stranger than the last. Somewhere in that haze, so the rumor says, a hidden camera caught Will Smith in a compromising scene. There's zero court evidence it exists, but the story snowballed through forums, podcasts, then TikTok, mutating each retelling. Skeptics say the timeline doesn't fit. Defenders claim footage was locked away until it mattered most. Either way, by the time federal agents raided Diddy's mansions, the internet believed the tapes were real. And that belief alone was dynamite. Because if someone as adored as Smith could be exposed, no celebrity was safe. And that brings us to the morning law enforcement kicked in the doors. Dawn, March 25th, 2024. Black SUVs sealed the block, helicopters chopped overhead, and neighbors filmed what looked like a scene from Sicario. Agents recovered unregistered Glocks, designer narcotics, and dozens of encrypted drives stashed behind mirrored panels. Leaked warrant inventories listed luxury restraints, handwritten NDAs, and a ledger of cash transfers marked only with emoji code. While cops dragged duffel bags outside, tabloids clung to one detail: over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Prosecutors later argued it was stage prop proof of organized freak-offs. Defense lawyers scoffed. Athletes use it for massages. But behind closed doors, rumor says investigators found metadata linking certain drives to hotel suites, booked under initials matching heavy-hitter actors. If that holds, subpoenas could explode faster than champagne corks on New Year's. And suddenly, Will Smith's December 2024 denial, "I don't even like baby oil," looked less like a joke and more like preemptive damage control. San Diego, December 12th, 2024. Halfway through his surprise comeback show, Smith paused mid-set. "I've got nothing to do with Puffy," he told the crowd, voice cracking just enough to trend for days. Fans cheered, blogs dissected every syllable, and some wondered, if the rumor was garbage, why address it at all? Friends claim he'd grown tired of meme culture. Cynics say he knew subpoenas were circling like sharks. Whichever truth you pick, the denial didn't stop clickbait channels from layering spooky music under grainy photos of the pair at 1990s award shows. Smith's camp issued no further statements, but a source close to the actor hinted he'd cooperate fully if called. So far, prosecutors haven't summoned him. Officially, he's not on the witness list. Unofficially, the internet has already written its own screenplay, and with every leak from Diddy's seized hard drives, the online jury only gets louder. If rumors lit the fuse, former assistant Mia may have struck the match. Over 3 days of testimony, she painted a nightmare: forced intimacy, midnight beatings, threats delivered by bodyguards in tailored suits. Defense attorneys flashed Instagram selfies of her smiling with Diddy, calling her a fame chaser. She fired back, saying, "You smiled to survive, sir." The gallery sat in stunned silence as she alleged Combs paid $100,000 for hotel security footage showing him assaulting a girlfriend, an unverified claim. Yet it jolted the courtroom like a live wire. Prosecutors leaned in, defense scribbled frantic notes. More crucially, 2 other women scheduled to testify reportedly firmed up their resolve after hearing Mia's story. The dominoes had begun to tip, and whispers grew that once one celebrity breaks rank, others might cascade. But prosecutors have one last card that could send Wall Street into a nosedive. The mysterious A-lister number 3, name blacked out in filings, rumored to be even bigger than Smith. Trial calendars point to July 8th for that bombshell. Time is ticking. Day 15, wrapped this morning. Jurors have heard about hidden hotel corridors, offshore accounts, and hush money laced through shell companies in Luxembourg. Next week, hotel employees from Los Angeles take the stand, claiming Combs offered six-figure bribes for surveillance tapes. Throw in ex-bodyguards lining up to negotiate immunity deals, and the prosecution's stack looks skyscraper high. Defense calls it a witch hunt, promising a shock witness of their own. Meanwhile, social media detectives map every celebrity who ever clinked glasses with Diddy, drawing red string webs from Jay-Z to global politicians. Whether half those names belong in the courtroom or a comic conspiracy board remains to be seen. But the public's appetite for scandal is famished. Verdict predictions swing hourly reading, 20 years minimum, hung jury, plea bargain at the last second. One thing's certain, if the drives labeled simply 2005 VIP hit daylight, careers will shatter like crystal champagne flutes. And the only safe place might be far, far from the spotlight. Behind the thump of club bass and red carpet flashbulbs, a darker beat was playing all along. A rhythm of power, fear, and secrets, packaged as VIP access. If prosecutors proved their case, Sean Combs could swap mansions for a concrete slab, and the invisible threads binding Hollywood's elite might snap in full public view. But if the defense flips enough witnesses or discredits enough rumors, a man once crowned the king of bad boy could moonwalk back into the studio. Either way, the next chapter promises shockwaves none of us can predict. So what do you believe? Vault cam conspiracy or oversized urban legend? Drop your take below and come back to Starbuzz Daily for the next unfiltered twist in the wildest courtroom saga pop culture has ever seen.